In this episode of Rob Christie Hike Across America, we continue our Nebraska adventure for one more day. We got up nice and early, headed on down to Scott's Bluff National Monument, where we're going to be doing the Oregon Trail. And after that, we'll be heading to Toadstool's Geologic Park before going into South Dakota. Here at Scott's Bluff National Monument here in Nebraska. We're at the little Legacy of the Plains base here. Still doesn't open up for another half hour, but we're gonna get some cool pictures in. We're gonna head up in there, up to the top of those hills, and do some exploring while we're
here. Scott's Bluff.
Now the visitor center opened up at 8, but the road to the top of the mountain didn't open up until 9 o'clock, so we had an hour to waste. Luckily, they have some trails down here to help you kill a little bit of time until the place opened up. I also spent a few minutes in the visitor center before going in. Now there are some trails here at Scotts Bluff that are paved, so it is wheelchair accessible at some points. Now to the best of my knowledge, it doesn't cost anything to get into Scotts Bluff. However, you do have to stop at the gate and talk to the ranger before being let in.
Oh, already. Okay, I thought I had time to work up to this.
Now you might have noticed my wife Christy's highly claustrophobic, and I might have failed to mention that there are some tunnels on this road.
Okay.
So that's the one that you saw right there.
Are we sure?
Yeah, because we were right down there.
Beautiful that is.
Get on your side.
Now after this, I think I would tell her about all the tunnels we were going to be going through in Custer State Park in South Dakota in a couple days. But somehow, that seemed to slip my mind too.
No? I'm sure there's more.
Yeah, there's possibilities.
But they're light, they're open, I can see the end. I can handle this. I can handle this. You don't understand, my anxiety was through the roof.
I do eventually clean the windshield at some point during this trip.
I don't like that. See, I could be driving and you could be filming. But you don't trust my driving.
Now once you get to the top, there is a parking lot here and a couple overlooks as well. There's also a few trails that go off into several different directions. One of them even takes you all the way back down to the visitor center and through a hole in the side of the mountain.
Right here, this strip here, it goes into the mountain. That hole's right there.
So when we got to the top of Scotts Bluff, I was still wearing flip-flops, so I decided to go back to our car and change into my hiking shoes. Once I got in it, I couldn't find them anywhere, didn't know what happened, and that's when it dawned on me, I was in somebody else's car. My car was the one next to it. They just happened to look a lot alike. Luckily, the owners of the car had already walked off and didn't see me getting into their car. I guess this is just karma's way of getting me back for not telling Christy about those tunnels. She did, however, have a pretty good laugh about the whole thing.
All that stuff.
Now the monument's named after Herman Scott, who was a clerk for a fur company in the 1800s. He passed away near the bluffs in 1828 by trying to make a better life for himself in Western America. And today it stands as a testament to all those who came before and after.
Cool little lookout.
After about an hour of hiking around, we decided it was time to leave and head on to Toadstool Geologic Park. But first we stopped in at Fort Robbins, not to do any hiking there, just to drive by and see the hillside and all the bluffs. It was a very beautiful area. I do highly recommend the 15-minute detour. However, if you are into old houses and buildings, this is a pretty cool place to stop and spend a little time at. Just to forewarn you, the road going into Toadstools from the south is absolutely horrible. Your best bet is to go into the north and come down from that entrance. Trust me, your car and your butt will thank me.
So after a hellacious dirt road getting out here, I mean, it was really bad. Finally got the Toadstools, so hopefully this is worth it.
While entering the park, there's a sign that says it's a national grasslands, so I'm assuming your American the Beautiful Pass works here. For all others, it is a $3 a day charge. There's nobody there to take your money, so I just hung my sign in the window just in case a ranger came by. Now they do have a brochure when you first enter the trailhead, filled with all kinds of information on the place, history on animals, stuff like that. Now it is just a short walk from the parking lot to the rock area. However, if you are looking for a little bit bigger of an adventure, there are several other trails that go off in different directions that lead back to the same place.
That's where it goes off in the different trails here. And we're going up into this. You're trying to get...
I was gonna try to get a good photo. Photo op.
Gotcha. There. They're pretty steep. That's fun. We'll wander a little bit.
Now these are quite possibly the largest toadstools I've ever seen in my life. There are a few small ones here as well, but unfortunately, most of them have already been knocked over. Whether it was from vandalism or nature, either way, they all seem to have fallen in the same direction.
I think the trail goes around these hills here. Right here.
Now there is a lot more to do here than just this area, but it's all we had time for. But if you got here early and had all day, there are several of the trails that take you around the mountain, through some canyons. You really could spend your whole day out here just walking around and exploring. And this concludes our trip to Nebraska. But if you found yourself liking this video, please like, share, subscribe. There's more on the channel, more on the way. Until next time, keep on hiking.